Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's all about safety. We're going to talk about the safety equipment that we carry, some of the safety things we do that's not equipment, such as preventive maintenance, and some things that we also need to purchase to get as safe as we want to be when we're traveling. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. So first we'll start with the tires, and probably one of the top two most important pieces of safety equipment that we carry is our TST tire pressure monitoring system. This is the display that goes in the truck, and then we have tire pressure monitors on each of the tires with flow-through sensors, and they're on the fifth wheel and also on the truck. So this has saved us 3 times that I can think of with knowing that a tire was going down and being able to pull over before that tire shredded and started to come apart and did more damage to the RV. It happened 2 times on the RV and 1 time on the truck. So we hardly ever drive without this thing on anymore. It's really good. It also, not only does it tell the tire pressure, but also the temperature. So if you're getting too hot, your tires are getting too hot and you need to pull over, this is a great way to be able to tell that. So this is a great piece of emergency equipment that or safety equipment, I guess, that you should carry with you when you're traveling. Related to the tires is just a set of 4 wheel chocks. And when you're parked, it's good to have these behind your tires and in front of your tires to keep the RV from moving unexpectedly. You know, you don't really think about these too much, but you will think of them when you have this type of incident happen and you wish you would have had them. And these are very inexpensive to get. Buy them off Amazon, get them at Camping World, and these are great safety pieces of equipment for you to carry. Another piece of safety equipment related to the tires is a portable air compressor. This is a battery operated one made by Ryobi. It is enough to inflate our RV tires and our truck tires. It also came with some other attachments, but its primary use is inflating the tires whenever we're on a trip. So before we start driving, we always check the tires to make sure that they are properly inflated, and this is a nice way to do it. Also, if we were pulled over and had to change the tire and put on the spare and it was underinflated, this is a good way to get to that proper inflation. So this was something good to carry along in our RV to make sure we had some ways of keeping that tire pressure monitoring system from having to let us know that we're having a tire problem. Keeping your tires inflated is one good way to prevent damage. So we carry this with us. Next to the tire pressure monitoring system, and probably equal, is our Progressive Industries portable electrical management system with surge protection. And we learned this the hard way. We were in Florida near Cocoa Beach in the RV, and I had to travel for work, and Julie was there alone. And there was a bad thunderstorm. Lightning struck near the campground and caused a surge. And we did not have one of these at the time. And it fried our transfer switch along with some appliances in the RV. And so we went out after spending the $1,500 to get the RV repaired. We immediately ordered one of these electrical management systems, and we never plug in without having this on. And we've been places where the power coming from the pedestal fluctuates quite a bit, and this will turn off the power coming into the RVs to prevent any damage to any of the appliances or any of the other electrical items within the RV itself. So this really is a safety item that you should not go without. Really worth the money spent on this particular item. Another item that we have, and this is for water safety, to keep from getting sick as much as possible, and also to prevent the lines from clogging within your RV. They have these flow-through screens that can get clogged up with junk if you're not using this, and it causes a real headache for water flow in the RV. And this is a water filter, and this is a 2-stage filter. We used to have a 3-stage filter, we still do, But since we're part-timers now, we just bought this one. This is the Clear 2.0. It's called the Dirt Guard. And so it will filter stuff out that we don't want. And it filters out pretty small. I think it's either 0.1 or 0.2 microns that it will filter items out. So this is really handy. You can get this at Walmart or order it online, but we will not RV without a water filter, not only for our safety of having clean water, but also for preventing that buildup from within the lines of the RV, because if you've ever had to search for these little screens in there to clean out, they're never in easy spots, and it's a real pain in the neck to get the lines cleaned out when you have a problem. Again, a lesson we learned the hard way by starting our RV travels without a water filter, and or just using a carbon water filter, I should say, which doesn't filter out all the sediment and minerals and such. But we learned the hard way that we needed to get good water filtration. And like I said, we use the Clear 2.0 one now. It works really well. Next is a fire extinguisher, and we switched out the little disposable fire extinguisher that we had with a good metal H3R fire extinguisher. And we actually have not one, but 3 fire extinguishers in our RV. We have one in this living area right by the door. We have one in the bedroom area that is mounted. And we also have one in outside storage that's easily accessible if we're not in the RV. And if you know anything about RV fires, they go up really quick. So the faster you can get to stop it, the better off you're going to be, because if you wait too long and you're searching for a fire extinguisher, it's going to be too late to put out anything small, and it'll just engulf your whole RV and ruin all your stuff. So we have, like I said, 3 of these. These are good because it has the gauge that shows you that the pressures are good. You do monthly maintenance on these, just simply checking it to make sure everything's okay. And these will last for years and years and years as long as you take care of them properly and get them serviced properly. So this was a really good investment, really worth the money to have the peace of mind of some sort of fire protection within the RV. Going along with this, we also have 2 smoke alarms in the RV that we check every month as well. We know when it's time to change the batteries because they beep, but I just want to make sure that they're still working. And we also have a safety alert propane alarm in here that is wired to the 12 volt, and this will let us know if there's any propane leaking into the RV. So those are some good safety items as far as fire protection and gas protection within the RV. One item that we don't have yet that we really want to get, and we will be ordering it soon, is a propane cutoff that will shut off the flow of your propane from your tanks if there is a major leak or breakage of a propane line. And you can see this when, like, for instance, a tire may shred apart when it goes flat and come up and hit your propane lines and break them. And if you're driving with your propane on, which you shouldn't be doing, but some people do, that's one instance where your propane would cause a major leak that could contribute to a fire. So they make a product called a gas stop, actually, and it mounts on here and it will shut off the propane when there is a major leak like that. It also has some other benefits, but the main safety benefit is shutting off that propane to prevent any further intrusion of propane when there shouldn't be anything flowing, and it's simply because of a broken line or a major leak or something happens to one of your appliances. So definitely look at a propane cutoff such as a gas stop for your safety. This next item is all about safety of Toby or any other pets that we happen to have with us on a trip. And this is the Temp Stick. And what this does is monitor the temperature and humidity inside your RV. And if there's something happens and the AC quits working and it starts to really heat up inside the RV, or in the opposite, if it gets really cold in the RV, this will alert us via a text message, email, those 2 routes, and will let us know when the temperature has been exceeded and will tell us to get home. We've got to help Toby because he's overheating in the RV. So this is a really great device. It just needs to have a Wi-Fi signal. So if you're using a hotspot, you just make sure it's charged before you leave. And if the power goes out, you don't have to worry about it because you have a charged hotspot, and this works on lithium batteries. So it will alert you, and you know that you have to get home within a certain amount of time, and you can program the message to say whatever it is. You set the parameters, whatever it is, and it's also good for tracking temperature over time. But the main reason we have it is to track the temperature and humidity to alert us if something happens and we need to go get help for Toby because we don't want him to overheat. Another item that we keep for safety is a good first aid kit. This one is by Surviveware. We actually have two of them, one that Julie carries in her hiking backpack, and one that we either keep here in the truck or in the RV with us. And this has everything you need to if you're injured, to kind of hold things off until you're able to get either emergency medical help or get to the hospital to get it taken care of. Those are the major safety items that we carry, along with one that we're going to get with that gas stop to stop the flow of propane in the event of a major leak. And the other thing I will say that is probably the number one thing you can do for safety within your RV is to do all of the preventive maintenance. Make sure you're doing all the preventive maintenance on all your systems. Not only will it make the systems last longer, but it will also keep you safer because you're keeping everything in good working order. That includes, if you have a fifth wheel or a trailer, doing the hitch maintenance on your tow vehicle. So make sure you're doing that at the intervals appropriate, changing all the right fluids at the appropriate times, changing your tires when they have reached their life expectancy or they're starting to get excessive cracks or anything like that. What do they say? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And we really found that to be the truth when we're RVing and keeping everyone, including our pets, safe. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until we see you on the road, safe travels.